Please stand by.
Loading. Loading complete.
30,
29, 28,
27,
26,
25, 24,
20,
22,
21, 20, 18,
17,
16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
4,
2,
1. Now for what you've all been waiting for.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Good morning, good day, good evening, good night, good whatever it happens to be where you are. And hello to everybody who watches this in the future. Well, this is a bit of a last minute put together, but, well, not exactly last minute. It really. I was planning on having a guest star on for today, but they had to cancel last minute, so I had some backup plans for that. Hopefully, I'll get them in for next week. We'll find out who then. So let's get on to some of the singing. Every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun? Not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got fun? The rent's unpaid, dear, we haven't a bus. The smiles were made, dear, for people like us. In winter, in the summer, don't we have fun? Times are bumming, getting bummer, still we have fun. There's nothing sure, the rich get rich and the poor get poor. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Tax collectors getting closer, still we have fun. Twists and cares, dear, come in pairs, dear, don't we have fun? We've only started, no, we're not downhearted. When I'm laid off, I'll be paid off, ain't we got fun? Leno's mad and getting madder, ain't we got fun? Times are bad and getting badder, still we have fun. There's nothing sure, the rich get rich and the poor get poor. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Well, I hope we have some fun tonight. I do have some things planned. So, let's see here. I don't see anybody in the chat, so if you're out there, say hi. Don't worry, I don't bite much. Let's get into the wheel here. Let's see what the wheel gives us. Putting on the Ritz. Okay, we can do putting on the Ritz. Yeah. Have you seen the well-to-do up upon Lansing Avenue on the famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air? High hats and narrow collars, wide spats and $15, spending every dime for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem flits? Putting on the Ritz, spangled gowns upon the devy of highbrows from down the levee, all misfits. Putting on the Ritz, that's where each and every Lulu Belle goes. Every Thursday evening with her swell bows, rubbing elbows, come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend their last 2 bits. Putting on the Ritz. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem flits? Putting on the Ritz, Spangled gowns upon the devy of high brows from down the levee, all misfits, putting on the Ritz. That's where each and every Lulu Belle goes. Every Thursday evening with her swell bows, rubbing elbows, come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend their last 2 bits, putting on the Ritz. Come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend their last 2 bits, putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz. Here's some peoples. Sup, bud? I'm gonna start with if you enjoy the Killer of Killers. I'll be doing a first impression on that a little bit later, as you probably can see in the description. And hello, native atheist. Nice to have you here. Well, first up, how about we get into something that kind of got under my radar for the past few weeks. Thank you, YouTube, for giving me those notifications. It's always nice to get those. So, first up here, I was planning on covering this for October, given the theme of it, but there's been big news coming out of it lately. So, we have a vampire pilot. What is vampire? Well, this was something created by Daria Cohen, and she would take songs, usually from other people that fan made stuff, and she created this whole little cartoon sketch called Vampire, starring a vampire named Duke and a girl who ends up becoming a vampire through some sort of magical force. It's named Missy. And that ballooned into a whole series of music videos. I think they're on like season 3 or 4 now, after 10 years of doing this. But recently they announced this pilot of an official show that they're going to be doing. So, our first up, we have Voltaire, who is going to be using Duke. He is the one who sung quite a number of the songs that have been used throughout the show as it stands now, including the very first song that was used, which was "The Night." Along with that, we have Lauren Jennings, who will be voicing Missy. And for script writing, we have Maxwell Adams, who created The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. And also helping with some of the music, seeing as, from my understanding, and this show is going to be a sort of a do a bit of a musical numbers throughout, seeing as that's the whole style of the show. I imagine it's going to be probably something along the lines like Has Been Hotel with vampires. There's by the looks of it and the way it's described here. But we'll have Paul Shapiro also helping with the music, along with Voltaire. Skip right by that. So, if I can get the damn thing, there we are. So we have Voltaire and and Paul Shapiro helping with the music for the show, which apparently was Daria's 2 favorite musicians. So I imagine he's just absolutely squealing over the fact that something that she created is going to be worked on and by some of her favorite people. I know I'd be ecstatic over something like that. Uh, Ron Copperman, hello. How has all this helped me? Well, I'm glad I'm sounding good. I did take a week off to work on the channel a little bit. I didn't get nearly as much as I wanted to done, unfortunately. But I did at least get my room updated. That was kind of an important thing I was trying to get it to do, seeing as I was having some trouble with the old one. And yeah, I figured I might as well make it a whole theatrical thing of getting rid of it and replacing it with a new room. Which should make it a lot easier for me to work with in the future. Well, that's my line. I hope you enjoy. Yes. Now, I don't think there's a date set for when the series is coming out, but that's what we have so far. Yeah, actually, let's put. Daria has over 1 million viewers. I mean, I'm nothing here in terms of that, but there's her YouTube channel. Well, if you want to see the whole vampire thing for yourself, I recommend checking it out. It's pretty fun. And it keeps on bouncing me back into that one corner for some reason. I see. StreamYards doesn't want to work, or has a new way of not working. Lovely. Well, let's get into some more songs, huh? Yeah. Let's see. Rosy cheeks and turned up nose and curly hair. I'm raving about my baby now. Pretty little dimples here and dimples there. Don't wanna live without her. I love her, goodness knows. I wrote a song about her, and here's the way it goes. Baby face, you've got the cutest little baby face. There's not another one could take your place. Baby face, my poor heart is jumping. You sure have started something. Baby face, I'm up in heaven in your fond embrace. I didn't need a shove, 'cause I fell in love with your pretty baby face. When you were a baby not so long ago, you must have been the cutest thing. I can picture you at every baby show, just winning every ribbon with your sweet baby way. Say I ain't fibbing, you'd win 'em all today. Baby face, you've got the cutest little baby face. There's not another one that could take your place. Baby face, my poor heart is jumping, you sure have started something. Baby face, I'm up in heaven, your fond embrace. I didn't need a shove, 'cause I fell in love with your pretty baby face. I got some Tullamore Dew honey here with me. So if you happen to have anything, drink them. So let's see here. Yes, do feel free to make any requests you might have. Put them in the. I have a list down in the description you can use. So Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. That seems like a good segue into my next thing. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Up sometimes up sometimes down, coming for to carry me home. Still my soul feels heavenly bound, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I look over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Yes, here we are. So I was driving home from work with the stream playing on my car speakers. It was a surreal little experience to hear. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid that I can't do that on my car speaker while driving in my car. Maybe I should have gotten some kind of Knight Rider theme going for that. Hello to you too. Well, getting into some of the stuff that I missed just over the past week. We have a few people we have to honor. The Beach Boys' Brian Wilson dies at 82. The beloved musician had been living with a cognitive disorder akin to dementia. It's such a shame. Brian Wilson, the co-founder and primary songwriter of the Beach Boys, has died. His family, he announced. This was last week. While an official cause of death is not disclosed, it's the beloved musical tour who helped pioneer studio as instrument and influencing generations of musicians and pop up and beyond. And this was revealed in early 2024 to be living with a neuro cognitive disorder akin to dementia. Williams' family, he also did not disclose the musician's date or location of death. Wilson was 82 years old. We are heartbroken to announce that our beloved father, Brian Wilson, has passed away. His family, he wrote in a statement, "We are at a loss for words right now. Please respect our privacy at this time as our family is grieving. We realize that we are sharing our grief with the world. Love and mercy." Born in Inglewood, California. Brian Douglas Wilson formed the band, and then called all the Pendletons. And as teenager, he was with his brother Dennis and Carl. Their cousin and Mike Love, and high school friend and Al Jardine, in their first song "Surfin'" was released by Candix Records, who changed the band's name to the Beach Boys without the members' permission. Lovely. A year later, the band signed with Capital to release its debut, Surfin' Safari. The following year, Surfin' USA became the Beach Boys' first U.S. top 10 single. 1963, the band released 3 albums: Surfin' USA, Surfin' Girl, and the lane. And Little Do Is Co. By then, Wilson had started his career as a producer for other musicians. He worked with Jan and Jane and Dean, Castells, Donna, Laura, Sharon, and Mary, and others. In 1964, Brian Wilson decided to stop touring with the Beach Boys after experiencing a panic attack due to the band's heavy schedule. I know a little something about panic attacks. I can tell you that's not an easy thing to deal with. He focused on his production, and in 1965, he started work on the landmark experimental pop album Pet Sounds. Wilson was the mastermind and behind the Pet Sound seasons, and is working alongside a famed studio musician and the wrecking crew, who at the time of its release, Pet Sounds was considered a relatively commercial flop and critical failure. In 2004, it was inducted into the Library of Congress and its National Recording Registry due to its cultural, historical, and aesthetic significance. I wanted to grow musically, so I experienced Wilson told the Harvard Business Review in 2016. I wasn't the type to sit around and be satisfied with the accomplishment, especially not in the studio. I had idea coming into my head all the time. Many had to do with using instruments as voices, and voices as instruments. I would put sounds together to create something new. Some ideas didn't work because they were too difficult to achieve at the time, but most did. And then I immediately moved to the next thing. Wilson planned a follow-up album called Smile, which he described as a teenage symphony to God. But it was scrapped after continual delays. After the album's cancellation in 1967, Wilson enrolled in the band and receded. In 1968, he entered a psychiatric hospital for treatment. In the years after the release of Pet Sounds, Wilson briefly owned and operated a health food store called the Indian Radish. He continued to work with the band with struggling with drug and alcohol addiction in the 1970s. After a family intervention into Wilson's deterioration in deteriorating mental health and physical health, he became enrolled with the controversial psychologist Eugene Landy. Their decades-long treatment later became the subject of a biographical film called Love and Mercy. The Beach Boys enjoyed a brief resurgence after their 1977 album, The Beach Boys Love You, but Wilson's health issues persisted. Yet in 1982, Landy moved him from the band and for intensive treatment and exercise increasing in control over Wilson's financial and creative endeavors, prompting Wilson to release his debut solo album in 1988. In 1992, following legal action from Carl Wilson and the other members of the Wilson family, Landy's psychology license was revoked, and he received a restraining order from Wilson. Wilson eventually revisited Smile, working in the Achieve studio session with Darian in Sahanja to bring the once scrapped project to a live concert. He released Brian Wilson Presents Smile in 2004 to critical acclaim. He continued to release solo work in the 2000s, and his last solo album of original material was 2015's No Peer Pressure, which featured contributions from Casey, Miss Gray, Aves, and Zoe DeChannel, which his final solo album of cover was 2021's At My Piano, in which she plays a variety of the Beach Boys songs on the instrument. He released a memoir in 2016, and the following year he shared Some Sweet Day, a previously unreleased song recorded in 1990, as well as a new single called Run James Run. The Beach Boys is officially released 29 in studio albums, 11 in live albums, and 75 singles. Wilson and the band were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988. As a solo artist, Wilson won 2 Grammy Awards out of 9 nominations. And the Beach Boys were honored in 2001 with a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2000, Wilson was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, but Paul McCartney, who hailed him as one of the great American geniuses, has come in 2007. Wilson was recognized as at the Kennedy Center honors for a lifetime of contributions to American culture through the performing arts and music. During his lifetime, Wilson authored 3 different documentary films about his life. The first, 1995's, is Brian Wilson, I Just Wasn't Made for These Times. This was directed by Don Was, and took a broad look at Wilson's life and influence, interviewing both him and other artists he inspired, like Tom Petty, David Crosby, and Sonic Youth's Thurston and more. Directed by David Leaf, A Beautiful Dreamer, Brian Wilson, and the story of Smile premiered in 2004. The story of Smile while being shelved. In the making of Brian Wilson in Present and Smile. It included interviews with Wilson and Van Dyke Parks, and who's Roger Del Moultrie, Elvis Costello, and others. The most recent documentary was 2021 and Brian Wilson and Long Promised Road, directed by Brent Wilson, in which Rolling Stone editor Jason Fine drove around in Los Angeles with Wilson to visit locations from his past. My Morning Jacket, it's Jen and James co-wrote the song Right Where I Belong with Wilson for the film, and over a dozen artists added a commentary, including Bruce Springsteen, Elton John, and Linda Perry. When asked by Charlie Rowe, who's in a 2005 PBS interview, if he's a musical genius others regularly label him as Wilson replied, "I say, hey, am I a genius? Maybe so," and laughed. Rose pressed on how Wilson sees music differently from others, The musician replied, I saw the failure. I saw the future, a vision in the music, like in a dream I had one night, and I foresaw all the future. It was way farther than now even. I heard all kinds of celestial, heavenly sounds. It just blew my mind. I think eventually, we're here, we're headed to that heaven. Well, with Bill and Ted's most excellent and adventures and bogus journeys, I'm sure we will be headed to that heaven. We have one more person we have to honor. And that is someone from Harris Yulin, Scarface and Ozark actor and Ghostbusters actor. Died is at 87. Harris Yulin is very simply one of the greatest artists I have ever encountered. It's Michael Hoffman, and co-creator of the upcoming series American Classic. Need to know. Stage and screen star Harris Yulin has died. Well, yeah, the headline kind of covers that. The actor died on June 10 in New York City of cardiac arrest. Take care of your heart, people. Yulin is survived by his family, who shared their details on the project that he had just begun working on, American Classic. Harris Yulin, the veteran actor of stage and screen, died of cardiac arrest in New York City on Tuesday, June 10th. He was 87 years old. A memorial will be held at a later date, a recap confirmed. Yulin was part of the vanguard of a generation who cared passionately about the craft of acting. He said his family, in a statement shared with the people. This deep, lifelong dedication led to extraordinary resonant performances that were a gift to audiences. The actor he worked with, the actors he worked with, and the art of acting itself. The last actor added, the late actor added, the statement was an avid, excuse me, birder and lover of the sea. This is my eyes don't decide to go cross-eyed while I'm trying to read. Born in Los Angeles in 1937, Yulin began amassing over a 100 film, television, and stage productions in the 1970s. Best known for his appearances in 1983's Scarface, 1989's Ghostbusters 2, and 1996's Looking for Richard. He earned a Prime Time Emmy nomination in 1996 for a guest role on the comedy Frasier, and in 2019 Istanbul Screen Actions Guild Award nod for Ozark more. Recently, he featured in the series Veep. Veep. The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and just like that, and more. His sixth Broadway credit began in 1980 with Watch and the Rhine, and ended with the 2001 production of Hedda and Gabler. For his work in 1998 is The Diary of Anne Frank, in 2000's The Price. He earned a Drama Desk award nominations, and Yulin also starred in several regional and international plays, and was one of the founders of Los Angeles Classic Theater. Preceded by his daughter, actress Claire Lucy Yulin, and is survived by his second wife, Kristen Lawman, and son-in-law, Ted Minio, nephew Martin Crane, and godchildren Marco and Laura Greenberg. Per their statement, Yulin was prepping to start production, and this week in a starring role on the Michael Hoffman directed MGM and Plus series American Classic, co-starring Kevin Kline and Lauren Lina and John Antenna. Harris was delighted to be working on this with Michael Hoffman. And he had directed Harris in the film Game 6 in 2005 and went out swinging. Harris Yulin was very simply one of the greatest artists I've ever encountered. Said Hoffman in the statement. His marriage of immersive techniques in anyway with any always his fresh sense of discovery. He gave his work an immediate and vitality and purity he have experienced nowhere else. And what he was as an actor, or he was as a man. The grace, the humility, the generosity, all of it said America Classic have been blessed, inspire experience with him. He will always remain in the beating heart of our show. Yulin was previously married to actress Gwen Wells until her death in 1993. The actor also dated Faye Dunaway, his co-star in the 1971 Western film Doc, in which she played a lawman in Wyatt Earp. And we have some comments. Of course, characters like these definitely deserve a send-off song. Of all the money that I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me, and all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. So fill to me the parting glass, and drink a health whatever befall, and gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. Of all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it fell unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. So fill to me the parting glass, and drink a health whatever befall, and gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. But since it has so ought to be, by a time to rise and a time to fall, Come fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Good night and joy be to you all. You know, I'm thinking this deserves one more song. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh Danny boy, I love you so. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, ye come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear through soft ye tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be. For you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. A goodbye to some couple of great actors. There's in the huge contributors to our own pop culture. But I guess we need to bring the mood up, and we have Freebird! That might just do the trick. A dramatic reading of Freebird. If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? For I must be traveling on now, 'cause there's too many places I've got to see. But if I stay here with you, girl, things just couldn't be the same. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird now, and this bird you cannot change. Oh, 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 and this bird you cannot change. And this bird you cannot change. Lord knows I can't change. Bye bye, baby. It's been a sweet love. Yeah, yeah. Though this feeling I can't change. But please don't take it so badly, 'cause Lord knows I'm to blame. But if I stay here with you, girl, things just couldn't be the same. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird now, and this bird you cannot change. Oh, 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 and this bird you cannot change. And this bird you cannot change. Lord knows I can't change. Lord help me, I can't change. Lord, I can't change. Won't you fly high, free bird? Yeah. There's your free bird. Yeah, let's get a song from the wheel here. June with the light brown hair. Not exactly what I'd call an up song, but I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, born like a vapor on the summer's air. I see her tripping where the bright streams play, happy as the daisies that dance on her way. Many were the wild notes her merry voice would pour, many were the birds that warbled them o'er. Oh, I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, floating like a vapor on the soft summer air. I long for Jeannie with a day-dawn smile, radiant in gladness, warm with wit and guile. I hear her melodies like joys gone by, singing round my heart, oh, the fond hopes that die. Sighing like the night wind, sobbing like the rain, wailing for the lost one that comes not again. Oh, I long for Jeannie, and my heart bows low, never more to find her where the bright waters flow. I sigh for Jeannie, but her light form strayed far from the fond hearts around her native glade. Her smiles have vanished, her sweet songs flown, flitting like the dreams that have cheered us and gone. Now the nodding wildflowers may wither on the shore, while her gentle fingers will cull them no more. Oh, I sigh for Jeannie with the light brown hair, floating like a vapor on the soft summer air. Come on, I'm trying to bring things back up here. Our songs. And hello, oh Deep Sea Annex. Glad to have you here. So let's give this wheel one more shot here. Come on, give us something upbeat. Kind of even the road, but we can work with it. I was oh so blue till you came along, just to make my life a wonderful song. You brought sunshine just to brighten my loneliness. Is it any wonder in my happiness? I confess. Do I want you? Oh my, do I? Honey, did I do? Do I need you? Oh my, do I? Honey, did I do? I'm glad that I'm the one who found you. That's why I'm always hanging around you. Do I love you? Oh my, do I? Honey, did I do? There are lots of others that I have met. Those you meet today, tomorrow forget. You're the only one who ever could stand the test. That's the reason why I choose you from the rest. You're the best. Do I want you? Oh my, honey, did I do? Do I need you? Oh my, do I? Honey, did I do? Maybe first up I should cover over the Predator Killer of Killers. Get some Tullamore in me. Keep my throat from Keep my throat working properly. Go for Earth, and among the stars, and seek only the strongest prey. They shall be your trophy. Become the killer of killers. Predator Killer of Killers on Hulu, the new animated anthology of 3 warriors. A Viking, a ninja, and a World War II pilot. The battle predators, the 3 tales tie together in a gladiator-style finale. Directed by Prey's Dan Trachtenberg, this 80-minute film dropped on June 6th. Being the same director as Prey, he was a red flag for me. I thought Prey sucked. I mean, if you like Prey, okay, that's on up to you to decide. Right off the bat, the animation bugged me. It uses that faux stop motion 12 frame frames a second style popularized by Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It feels like it's skipping frames, and it's hard on my eyes to look at. I saw the same thing in Netflix's is Wolf King. I think this style is just lazy. It's probably cheaper and faster to render. This is probably why they're doing it. But since Spider-Verse was a hit, I knew I'd see more of it. As for Wolf King, aside from the animation style, I'd recommend it. It's actually a decent series. You might want to go check that out if you put up that style of animation. The animation Wolf King is also so similar to Predator Killer of Killers. I thought it was by the same studio at first. The Viking woman, Ursa, dual wields shields with what appears to be sharpened rims as she chops heads and limbs off like it's nothing. In fact, here's a shot of her chopping somebody's head off with her shield. The fights feel straight out of a video game. It's not real combat. You can see some of this sort of combat in Prey as well, particularly the scene where she's practicing with I can't remember if it was a knife or a throwing axe that she was using, but she had tied a rope to the weapon and was practicing throwing it against trees and pulling it back, which doesn't really work all that well in real life. And this kind of a little bit video gamey. I think Dan could stand in to research some historic fighting instead of what he's seen in games. Another little thing. A lot of the weapons in the game are also very fantasy game-like this ridiculous designed axe. It's way too big for a battle axe, and I don't even know what the hell's going on with those blades. This is what I have heard referred to as mall ninja in design. Though they did have some decent weapons. I did see a Dane axe that looked okay for the setting. This movie left me wondering about Dutch. It was the character that Arnold Schwarzenegger played in the first movie, and Mike Harrigan. And the character that Danny Glover played in the second, and we do get a nod to Prey at the end. I I think this would have been better if they had given a nod to the first movie instead. I don't want to give away too much. If you want to go see it, I actually do recommend seeing this movie for yourself. Uh, uh, for me, this movie was a mixed bag. The animation for me is kind of lazy. I mean, it's fine in stills. It looks fine in stills, but when you actually see it animated, it doesn't really kind of falls apart for me. Uh, the fights are too video gamey, but the anthology structure and gore make it entertaining to watch. So if you can get past that's the more those two things and the style of it, yeah, you'll probably like it. Overall, it was a much better it was much better than Prey and a hell of a lot better than that 2018's The Predator. Yeah, that thing's definitely a wall ornament. I don't even know where the hell he got that design from. There's another one later on near the end of the film too. It's not quite as bad as that one, but it still has a very a what you'd buy at the mall and hang on your wall kind of look to it. So that's my first impressions of Predator: Killer of Killers. I was thinking about maybe putting together a ranking of the various Predator movies. Maybe I'll do that next week if I can, put together the right things I need to do that. Let's get on to some more singing. I'm Henry Thiam. I'm Henry Thiam, Henry Thiam, I am. I got married to a wid next door. She's been married 7 times before, and all of them named Henry. Henry, she never will or some. No some. I'm a great old man, Henry Thiam. Second verse, same as the first. I'm Henry Thiam, Henry Thiam, I am. I got married to Will next door. She's been married 7 times before, and all of them named Henry. Henry, she never will or some. No some. I'm a great old man, Henry Thiam. Oh, I'm Henry Thiam, Henry Thiam, I am. I got married to Will next door. She's been married 7 times before, and all of them named Henry. Henry should have a will or some, no some. I'm a great old man, Henry Thiam. Henry, 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 Henry Thiam, I am. Henry Thiam, yeah. All right. Yeah. Guess one more song along to fill a little space. Yeah, that's a short one. We might have to do one more after this. Me and my shadow. Let's see here. Where are you? There you are. Me and my shadow strolling down the avenue. Me and my shadow, not a soul to tell our troubles to. When it's 12 o'clock, we climb the stairs. We never knock, 'cause no one's there. Just me and my shadow, all alone and feeling blue. Yeah, it's a short one. So we're gonna have to do one more for that. Oh, almost fell on the April showers. Beautiful dreamer. All right, that's a decent one. Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world, heard in the day, lulled by the moonlight, have all passed away. Beautiful dreamer, queen of my song, list while I woo thee with soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throng. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, out on the sea, mermaids are chanting the wild lorry. Over the streamlet, vapors are born, waiting to fade at the bright coming morn. Beautiful dreamer, beam on my heart, and as the morn on the streamlet and sea, then all will clouds of sorrow depart. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. So, let's get on to some Spaceballs. Balls! Yeah, you would understand that joke if you're part of the early days of the internet there. In 2000, in television interview, shortly before receiving the AFI Lifetime Achievement Award, Mel Brooks stated that he personally obtained George Lucas's full permission to parody any and all things Star Wars related, but on one condition: that absolutely no merchandise of any kind be produced from this movie. This is the reason why all yogurt in the Danks stew is merchandising. It is also why none of the merchandising seen in the movie was ever mass produced or publicly sold in any way. According to Mel Brooks, George Lucas loved the movie and wrote him a letter after the premiere, saying he thought that he was going to bust something from laughing so hard. Lucas also told Brooks that he had not chosen to parody Star Wars. The movie he would have succeeded as a great adventure movie. In the DVD audio commentary, writer, producer, and director Mel Brooks speaks about how difficult it was playing the character Yogurt. The gold-colored makeup gave him a terrible rash on his face, knees, and neck, necessitating the shooting of most of Yogurt's scenes out of sequence. And since he had to walk around on his knees, they were hurting constantly, even though he was wearing knee pads. Brooks also goes on to say that in spite of the difficulties, he enjoyed playing Yogurt tremendously, and that it was all worth it. He said he would have played roles like Yogurt, quote, if Gene Wilder hadn't abandoned me to do his own movies. He added that it was a pity, and that he hoped to work with Wilder again someday. Sadly, that would never happen. Brooks retired from directing after making Dracula Dead and Loving It in 1995, and Wilder passed away in 2016. Mel Brooks asks if Daphne Zung Zuniga wanted someone else to sing in the bit where Vespa is in the cell while singing, Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. But she insisted he could do it, and she was right. So that scene where she's singing in bass, that's really her singing. President Scrooge's name is an anagram of Mel Brooks' last name. S. Scrooge. In fact, it's it's Brooks backwards. In fact, because that makes the cited decide for that all the more poignant. The scene in which Dark Helmet is playing with his doll was not in the screenplay. Writer, producer, and director Mel Brooks came up with the idea on the set one day and told Rick Moranis, who then improvised the entire scene. You didn't see anything, did you? No, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Sir John Hurt claimed that Mel Brooks talked him into self-parodying his role from Alien 1979, and by making it sound like it would be a brief walk-on cameo. Only when Hurt came into the set did he realize that the entire scene was an elaborate spoof of the chest burster scene from Alien. Hurt figured that he ought to have asked for a salary. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me, then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone, tell me I'm your own. Richard Carren, who played Pizza the Hut, suffered third-degree burns from the fake melting cheese that was used. He refused to return for reshoots and was replaced by Rick Lazzarini. Contrary to rumor, this is not an uncredited Michael York playing an ape. In a 2016 talk at the National Press Club, Bjork said he has unsuccessfully tried to get the credit off his online resumes, but has since given up on that. The escape pod launch sequence is an unused clip from Star Wars: There's A New Hope from 1977, provided to Mel Brooks by Lucasfilm. And there's another shot of it as it's leaving. So yeah, that's a shot originally designed for designed for Star Wars. And speaking of which, the Millennium Falcon from the Star Wars saga makes a cameo appearing in the movie. Take a close look at the exterior shot of the space diner. It can be spotted parked there among the other space vessels. George Lucas has got a chance to read the screenplay before production began, and loved it so much that he decided to have his special effects company, the Industrial Light and Magic, help make this movie. And if you can't see where it is, we'll zoom in here, and there is the Millennium Falcon right there. And something else I noticed while I was looking at this shot. Oh, shoot. Go back. We go right over here. That kind of looks like the Jupiter 2 from Lost in Space to me. I mean, it might not be. It might just be a cheap knockoff of it, but it does kind of have some of the similar features. In a galaxy very, 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 very far away, there live the ruthless race of beings known as Spaceballs. The filmmakers had to replace the original title of the movie, Planet Moron, and when they heard about the British science fiction spoof Morons from Outer Space from 1985. Mel Brooks, Ronnie Graham, and Thomas Meehan, and went through all of the letters of the alphabet to search for a word to add to space, which Thomas Meehan and suggested that Mel Brooks spilled a drink and shouted, "Balls!" And Ronnie, he said, "Spaceballs," which became the movie his new and final title. And they came up with the idea that the villains, the Spaceballs, would wear bowl-shaped helmets. Ironically, in Morons from Outer Space, the name of the game support that the Morons from Outer Space played in their spaceship was Spaceballs. 2 years after that movie was released, Mel Brooks' science fiction comedy he launched into theaters. So let's see, get the right screen up here. And there's some more news to report here. Try and find it real quick here. Here it is. Gotta turn off the sound. All right. And yes, there is a Spaceballs 2 announced. 38 years ago, there was only one Star Wars trilogy. But since then, there have been a prequel trilogy, a sequel trilogy, a sequel to the prequel, a prequel to the sequel, countless TV spin-offs, a movie spin-off of the TV spin-off, which is both with a prequel and a sequel. Not to mention 2 Dunes, 7 Jurassic Parks, there's 2 Avatars, plus there's 3 coming in Avatar. There's making 5 Avatars. There's 36 MG movie with 2 different Robert Downey Jr.'s. There's DCU attempt number 1, DCU attempt number 2, an animated Lion King, a live action in animated Lion King, a live action animated Lion King prequel, 8 Harry Potter movies, a TV series remaking the same 8 Harry Potter movies, a whole stream service of Star Trek, 7 alien movies, these 2 of which were also Predator movie. It's not to mention in mistaken for the 6 Predator movie that are not also alien movies. 1 Prometheus, which is kind of an alien movie. The 4 Beatles movies, and an Oppenheimer. But in 38 years, there's only ever been 1 Spaceballs. Okay, as teasers go, this actually isn't that bad of a teaser, but the general consensus is this is just too long of a wait to really do anything like this. Though I suppose the search for more money would make it even more appropriate now. There is also some concerns that Mel Brooks has kind of lost his game as far as making movies. He's apparently one of his sequel movies that he did later on, and kind of was terrible. I haven't seen it, so I can't really speak from experience and watching it myself. So I can't say for sure. There is a lot they could parody here. I mean, all the flops and crap that Hollywood's been releasing. That would be perfect cannon fodder for a movie titled "The Search for More Money." I'm kind of wondering about them getting away with parodying Star Wars as much as they did in the first one, seeing as they had George Lucas, this is personal permission to do so, and now all that belongs to Disney, who are right bastards about doing anything. So we'll have to see how this goes going forward. Let's get to some more songs, shall we? And now we get the April showers. Okay. He used to bounce me right back to the screen in StreamYards, but apparently your service wants to just keep going downhill for more money. Hey, it's a search for more money. What do you know? When April showers may come your way, they bring the flowers that's bloom in May. So when it's raining, have no regrets, 'cause it isn't raining rain, you know it's raining violets. And when you see clouds up on a hill, you know there'll be crowds of daffodils. So just keep looking for a bluebird and listening for his song whenever April showers come along. And when you see clouds up on the hill, you know that there'll be crowds of daffodils. So keep looking for a bluebird and listening for his song whenever April showers come along. Let's see what else we got here. Had to be you. All right, that's a good song. First, hold on, because we have a doggy in the room. How much that dog in the window? The one with the waggly tail.
Good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. Good girl, yeah. Good girl. Good girl.
Yep, Molly deciding to jump into the show. Yeah, let's see here. Why do I do just as you say? Why must I always give you your way? Why do I sigh? Why don't I try to forget? It must have been that something lovers call fate kept on saying I had to wait. I saw them all, just couldn't fall till we met. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me be true and make me be blue and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill. For all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Seems like dreams, like I always had. Could be, should be, making me glad. Why am I blue? It's up to you to explain. Maybe, baby, I'll go away. Someday, some way, you'll come and say, it had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me be true and make me be blue and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill. For all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Yes, Doggo making appearances. And somehow appropriate to follow up with that song, huh? Let's see what else we got in the wheel. Yeah, Drunken Sailor. You know, I probably should take a drink before doing Drunken Sailor. Am I right? Oh, you can make a little sip too. What do you do, a drunken sailor? What do you do, a drunken sailor? What do you do, a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises early in the morning. Shave his belly a rusty razor, shave his belly a rusty razor, shave his belly a rusty razor early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Put him in the scabbos, pop bottom, put him in the scabbos, pop bottom, put him in the scabbos, pop bottom early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Put him in bed with the captain's daughter, put him in bed with the captain's daughter, put him in bed with the captain's daughter early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. That's what you do with a drunken sailor. That's what you do with a drunken sailor. That's what you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Well, let's get into the radio broadcast segment into the show. X-1.
X-1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of a future, adventures in which you'll live in a million, could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents
The first 3 expeditions from Mars left Earth in a mushroom of flame, arced through the atmosphere, and finally dwindled to tiny specks in the big eye of the Mount Palomar telescope, and then were lost to sight forever. The prearranged landing signals flashed back to Earth, and then the radios went dead. One after the other, ships had disappeared and were never heard from again. But still, the rockets came. The 4th expedition emerged from the silent gulfs of space, angled down toward the floating red disk of Mars, down into an orbit as the order came to... The last blast of the bow jack broke dead against the blue desert sands, and the ship slid to a halt at the edge of a vast city that reflected the icy glare of the moonlight. For a while, all was still.
All right, Parkhill. Over the airlock. Aye, sir. Fresh air. Hey, it's cold out here. Who cares? We got here. I thought I'd never hit solid ground again. Hey, how about a fire, Captain Wiley? It's freezing. Later. We have work to do. Oh, smell that air. Thought you should get drunk on it. Say, there's an idea. Why don't we break out a bottle and celebrate? Biggs, there will be no drinking done until we're secured. But we're landed, Captain. 3 other expeditions landed and disappeared within 24 hours. Now, we're not relaxing security till we find out what happened to them. What do you mean? Maybe Martians? Fender, you're an archaeologist. How old would you say they are? I can't tell till I've studied them more closely. The kind of engineering we couldn't duplicate on Earth. Well, I'm not interested in the architects now. I want to make sure there's nothing there that might be dangerous. Mr. Hathaway. Yes, sir? I want you and Fender to take a reconnaissance party into the city and find out what's there. We set up camp here. No man is to go more than 50 feet from this rocket. And there'll be no celebration till Hathaway and his party report back.
In the sea bottom, the wind stirred along faint vapors, and from the mountains, great stone villages looked upon the silvery rockets and the small fires. The sky was black overhead, as the 2 racing moons threw knife-edged double shadows on the desert.
All right, come and get it. Go. What do you got these, Jesse? Sawdust, smothered in cold chicken fat. Good. I thought it was something like the meat. Hey, Captain, Mr. Hathaway's back.
Oh, Captain Wilder.
Oh, yes, over here, Mr. Hathaway.
Well, most of the city's dead. Fender says it's been dead a good many thousand years, but we found one part about a mile over. What about it? People were living in it last week, sir. People? Martians. Where are they now? Dead. They found bodies, thousands of bodies. They hadn't been dead more than 10 days. When did they die? You won't believe it. What kills them? Chicken pox. Chicken pox? Yes. Where could they get chicken pox? From Earth. Oh, then the other rockets did get through. Yes. I don't know what the Martians did to them, but I sure know what they did to the Martians. They gave them chicken pox and wiped them out. They just didn't have any resistance to an Earth disease. Think of it, Captain. A race builds itself for 1 million years, refines itself, does everything it can to give itself respect and beauty, and then it dies. Of what? It's like saying the Greeks died of mumps or the proud Roman Empire collapsed because of athlete's foot. We didn't even give them a decent excuse for dying. We just gave them chicken pox. Fender, get hold of yourself. You didn't see those bodies, Captain. I know, it must have been a shock. You need a rest, a little relaxation. The Martians are dead. There's nothing you can do about that now. Hey, you hear that? The Martians are all dead. Come on, take out a bottle. Open it. I'm going to say, good Lord. They have to do that now. Isn't that time later to throw old beer cans into the canal? Fender, you're an idealist. They're not. All they know now is that they're safe. Little shouting won't hurt. You think too much. I will take on Mars. The first Earthman on Mars. We will celebrate. 20 bottles were opened and drunk. The voices got louder. The earth laughs and shouts echoing across the empty Martian sand. Fender listened to the wind over his ears. Cool. He felt the land getting cooler. The stars drew closer, very near. The air smelled clean and new. He looked at the cool ice of the white Martian buildings over there on the empty sea land. Oh, what a woman! Hey, what do we do with these empty bottles? Save them, stupid. There's a 2 cents to pound. Wait. How about that building? Put one on a bucket and heave one right through that window. Here goes. Hey, double up on the next shot. Put that bottle down, Biggs. Who's there, Mr. Spender? Smashing those windows. Oh, what's the difference? The plan's ours now. I guess I can do anything with it I want. Drop that bottle or I'll knock your teeth out. Just watch me. I warned you, Big. I did it. He's crazy, Captain. I just walked out and slugged me. All right, then. Fender, you come with me. Now, suppose you explain. What was the idea? The noise, the drunken brawl. And the men are tired. It's been a long trip. And you have a different way of seeing things. No, I'm seeing things, all right. I'm seeing how we'll ruin Mars. We'll rip it up and rip the skin off the way we've already ruined Earth. And is that why you hit Big Death?
I couldn't stand the idea of them watching us make fools of ourselves. Damn, the Martians. They're dead. They're all dead. But they know we're here. Doesn't an old thing always know when a new thing comes? We've come a long way to smash their windows and spit in their wine. Well, maybe you're right. But I'm still going to fine you $50 for that fight. Now, come on, Sanders. Suck in your chin. We'll go back there and play happy.
Now they moved out into the moonlight across the desert. They made their way into the dreaming, dead city. The light of the racing twin moons glinted on the barrel of a pistol, the long blade of a machete, the round, gurgling shape of a raised bottle. The wind blew in from the Dead Sea bottom and brushed through the silvery wire filigree of the towers. Strange music drifted down to the double-shadowed streets, a thin, haunted music that played as it had played through the uncounted years of time. Nobody moved. The moons held and frozen. The wind beat slowly around them.
I just want to make a little noise. What kind of a celebration is this, anyway? Come on. They built this city thousands of years ago. And now where are they? How do they die? Who cares? It's that. That's good enough for me. Lord Byron. What? Lord Byron, a 19th century poet. He wrote a poem that fits this city. Might have been written by the last Martian poet. So we'll go no more a-roving so late into the night. Though the heart be still as loving, though the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath, and the soul outwears its breath. And the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself must rest. Though the night was made for loving, and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a-roving by the light of the moon.
Without a word, the Earth then stood in the center of the city. It was a clear night. There was not a sound except the music of the wind. At their feet lay a tiled court, worked into the shapes of ancient animals and images. They stood there, silvered by the double moons beneath the crystal towers of Mars. And then Biggs was sick, and the sour stench of liquor filled the cool air. The men of Earth had come to Mars. And Spender turned and walked away into the city, alone in the moonlight, never once stopping to look back. It was a morning that might have been a Monday, or a Tuesday, or any day on Mars. Biggs was on the canal rim, his feet hung down in the cool water soaking, while he took the sun in his face.
Hey, what are you doing back here, Biggs? Didn't you go out with the search party? Yeah. I come back. I had a blick.
Oh, yeah.
Here. What do you mean? Look. Look, Jackie, see that? Anyway, I had enough searching. 4 days hunting for that screwball Spender.
Didn't find him yet, huh?
Good riddance. Oh, my feet. I'm going to soak them in the canal. If I was wilder, I wouldn't worry about that nut Spender. Let him go. He's a crack spot anyway.
He's a little foggy upstairs, I guess.
Hey, why don't you take your feet out of that canal, Biggs? I gotta make coffee out of that water. Coffee? You call that stuff coffee? I had a motorcycle once that dripped grease that tasted better than that.
Hey, look over there.
Where?
By that bush. There's someone there.
Hey, it's him. Hey, Spender! Spender. He's coming over. Why didn't he stay lost, that crazy jerk? Hi, Spender. Long time no see. Oh, Jackie. I've been exploring some ruins. Oh, you and them ruins. You're like a dog in a boneyard. What's the matter? Why don't you just say something? Where you been? Up in the hills. How would you say if I told you I found a Martian? Oh, yeah?
Where?
Never mind. Let me ask you a question. How would you feel if you were a Martian and people came to your land and started to tear it up?
I know how I feel. I've got Cherokee blood in me. My grandfather told me a lot of things about the way they kicked the Indians around in the Oklahoma Territory. If there's any Martian around, I'm all for them.
How about you, Big?
They're dead. They're all dead. And it's a good thing, too.
Well, I found a Martian. Up in a dead town in the hills. I've been reading their books, and they're easy to understand. And I've learned their language. And then I found this Martian. And I brought him here, now.
I don't see no Martian.
I'm the last Martian. What did you say? Biggs, I'm going to kill you. Oh, cut it out. What kind of a lousy joke is that? Don't put that gun away. What? You're kidding, huh? It's funny.
You killed him. You can come with me, Cherokee. You're an Indian. You know how the Martians would feel. You can be with me in this. You killed him. You just killed him. You deserved it. You're crazy. Maybe I am. But you can come with me.
Come with you for what? Go on, get out of here, crazy murderer.
Of all of them, I thought you'd understand. I thought you'd remember what happened to your own people.
Get out of here, you crazy murderer. Don't reach for the gun.
Bender. Hathaway, break out the arms locker. Issue pistols, rifles, and grenades. Yes, sir. And you'd better get the Bible out of the navigation chest, please. Have to bury these two. Now, Parker, you start digging graves. How about Spender? We'll have to go up in the hills and find them.
Just let me at him with my bare hands, a crazy murdering
Loud
lout.
enough, Parker. Man is sick. He must be.
Kick my eye.
That's enough. Now grab a shovel and start digging.
Spender saw the thin dust rising in the valley, and he knew the pursuit was beginning. The sun burned farther up the sky, and the blue sand drifted lazily across the sea bottom below. He sat beside a quiet pool 10,000 years old and held the silver book. Through the harps played the strange wind music of ancient love. He heard voices whisper in his mind. I hear you. I've always heard you, even down there on Earth. No, I won't run. What's the use? Live? What for? To see them stare down your temples and put up hot dog stands? They see me now. They know I'm up here. They're wilder now. I've got them right in my sights. Funny, he hasn't ordered them to use grenades. They could lob one right up here and blow me to bits. And maybe the captain thinks I'm too nice to be blown to bits. He wants my death to be clean. Just one bullet hole in me, nothing messy. And why? Because he understands me. The only one in the crew who ever did. Well, at least I can do the same for him. Just one bullet in his head and my clean death. All I have to do is pull the trigger gun. No use. I can't do it to him.
Thunder! Thunder! Can you hear me? Thunder!
I hear you, Captain. What do you want? All right. Come on up. Leave your gun down there and keep your hands up. That's quite a climb. You mind if I sit down? How long do you think you can hold out? Until you're all dead. Now, why didn't you kill all of us this morning when you had the chance? You could have, I know. I got sick. After I started killing people, I realized they were just fools and I shouldn't be killing, but it was too late. So I came up here where I could get angry again. Why did you do it? When I was a kid, my folks took me to visit Mexico City. Now, always remember the way my father acted, loud and big. And my mother didn't like the people because she thought they didn't wash enough. I can see my mother and my father coming to Mars and acting the same way. Anything that's strange is no good to us. We aren't fit to take over this planet. But to kill two men. How would you feel if a Martian pissed on the White House floor? You know, you haven't acted very civilized yourself. I'll kill you all off, Wilder. That'll delay the next rocket 5 years, and then I'll kill them too. And if I'm lucky, I'll live to be 60. And I'll meet every expedition that lands on Mars. Oh, I'll be very friendly. I'll explain our rocket blew up one day. And then I'll kill them off. I'll save Mars for half a century. And by then, maybe the Earth people will give up. And yet you're outnumbered. We already have you surrounded. In an hour, you'll be dead. I found an underground passage that'll take me back in the hills, Wilder. I'll go back there. And then I'll pick you off one by one. We'll see. town you've got here, Spender. Beautiful. I'd like to live here. You can. Join me. You're not like them. Why go back to them, Captain? I'll show you what a good life these people had. No, there's too much Earth blood in me. I may even agree with you about all this, but that does not change what I must do. You won't stay? No. This is your last chance, Spender. Look, you... Now, come along with me quietly. No. One last thing. If you win, do me a favor. Try to see that they don't tear this planet apart. Right. You can help. Just think of me as a very crazy fellow who went berserk one summer day. Be easier on you that way. Now think that over. So long, Spender. Bye, Captain. Good luck. The men spread out again, walking and then running on the hot hillside places where there would be sudden cool grottos that smelled of moss, and sudden open blasting places that smelled of sun or stone. The men ran and ducked and ran and squatted in the shadows. Captain Wilder hugged the rock warmed by the sun. He gasped, for the air was thin and not meant for running. Spender lay at the top of the hill, and a gap in the rock showed the white of his shirt against the shadows. Wilder looked at the towers of the little clean Martian village, like sharply carved chess pieces lying in the afternoon. He saw the rocks, and the interval between, where Spender's chest was revealed. Go on, Spender, get out. You only got a few seconds to escape. Go on, get out of the cave. Come back later. Let's go now. I've got to win this. I've got to think that I'm right. Pull this trigger. Go now. Get out.
I'll get him! It's right in the head of Billy's buddy's butt!
Oh, fuck you! Put down that gun. I'll do this myself. Spender. Why didn't you get out? Why? Why? They buried him in that Valley town, where the music of the wind played on through the days and the nights. They laid him in an ancient silver sarcophagus with waxes and wines which were 10,000 years old, his hands folded on his chest. The last they saw of him was his peaceful face in the cold silver light of the racing twin moons. The captain found the poem in Spender's pocket, and he read it before he shut the marble door. So we'll go no more a-roving so late into the night. For the heart be still as loving, and the moon be still as bright. For the night was made for loving, and the day returns too soon. Yet we'll go no more a-roving by the light of the moon. The next afternoon, Parkhill did some target practice in one of the dead cities, shooting out the crystal windows and blowing the tops off the fragile towers. Captain Wilder caught Parkhill and nearly knocked his teeth out.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine.
There we are. And a little X-1. Hope you enjoyed that. There'll be, of course, a standalone on the channel later on. And oops. Let's end things with a little preview for the Suno song that I'll be releasing later on. This one I have previewed before, sort of. I've done some reworking to it. and Zuno's gotten better at about creating videos or creating songs. So I feel this is a bit cleaned up version.
We look to the sky as the world crumbles around us and the darkness takes over. The world calls out for a hero, but no one hears our cries. I'm not a hero. I cannot save the world. The world needs a hero. Who will be the hero we need? We're trapped in a prison made of our ignorance and fear. The darkness surrounds us. We're falling off the edge. What can I do? I'm not superhuman. The world needs a hero. Is there a hero in me? We can't let this world fall apart. We need a hero to save us. I'm gonna stand up and be the hero I need. The world needs a hero. I'll be the hero we need. I'll face the darkness. I'll never let it take me again. The world needs a hero, and the one I need is the one within. We can't hold out for a hero. The heroes must be you and me, so be the hero you need.
And that one will also be on the channel probably next Saturday. So if you like the Suno songs I released, hope you enjoy that one. How about we end this with a actual little song? Let's see here. Yes, that's the song I'm going to end with. Oh, the merry-go-round broke down, and we went round and round. Each time we'd miss, we'd feel like kissing the merry-go-round went ba-ba, 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 ba-ba. Oh, the merry-go-round broke down. It made the darndest sound. The lights went low and we went oh, and the merry-go-round went ba-ba, 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 ba-ba. Oh, what fun! A wonderful time. Finding love for only a dime. Oh, the merry-go-round broke down, but you don't see me frown. Things out not fine now, she's mine, 'cause merry-go-round went ba-ba, 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 ba-ba. Oh, the merry-go-round broke down. I don't know. Let's do one more to round things off. I'm not sure if I'm satisfied with how that one turned out. Must have been a beautiful. That's a good one to end on. You must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a wonderful child when you were only starting to go to kindergarten. You must have drove the little boys wild. And when it came to winning blue ribbons, you must have shown the other kids how. I can see the judge's eyes as they handed you the prize. You must have made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, look at you now. Does your mother realize the stork delivered quite a prize? Today he left you on the family tree. Does your dad appreciate that you're merely super great? The miracle of any century. If they don't, just send them both to me. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a wonderful child when you were only starting to go to kindergarten. You must have drove the little boys wild. And when it came to winning blue ribbons, you must have shown the other kids how. I can see the judge's eyes as they handed you the prize. You must have made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, look at you now. Yeah, that's a little bit better for ending things on. All right, let's see here. Who's starting up their streams? Do 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 do. Let's see here. I thought I saw something from Theta, but I guess he's not doing his thing now. I don't see it anymore. Right. Yeah, here's something. Casually Comics, Batman relaunches, some number of Superman and more, aka DC. So let's just lol. Okay, that sounds like it could be fun. If you're not familiar with Casually Comics, she does some interesting stuff on a variety of comics. So there's her live stream. It'll be starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. So in about 13 minutes. Go check that out. And everybody, live long and prosper.